You could just tell me that you wanted to off me right now.
It became like a toxic relationship between neighbors.
I like to imagine
She was just explaining it.
I like to imagine
She was just explaining it. It's the neighbors who blasts their music through your walls.
You could just tell me that you wanted to off me right now.
Is that you?
And I don't do it on purpose. I follow the timeline of like, okay, it's 8 p.m. I'm gonna turn it down. But like if it's during the daytime and I know you don't work night shift, I want to blast out some music and clean my house.
The only time I had a problem.
She's probably the one that's like, oh hey, you know, it's 8 p.m. You know, you gotta lower the volume. Okay, she'll wait until like 7:59.
I will. Probably 8:05.
Or like 8:01. No, I
Glad we're
only
not
had,
neighbors.
I only had that one problem ever in Fort Lauderdale. So we lived in this like high-rise apartment, and apparently it looks like super fancy, but then the walls are thin, right? So when I'm playing music, if my neighbor, like it's not even at nighttime, my neighbor would like bang on the wall. I'm like, what? Like, and it always startles me. So when they play music, I bang on their wall too, and it became like a toxic relationship between neighbors where we're like banging on each other's walls. But then when we meet each other in the hallway, we're like, yeah, what's up? Good morning. We never fought or anything.
Actually,
we just
you know
like
what's a good question? You know what's a good question? When they blast their music through the walls, can it be any music? Because, you know, if it's a band that I like, I don't care. We cool.
Exactly.
I'm gonna knock on your door and I'm gonna give you a high five.
Turn it up more.
Well, it depends on their vibe, because they could be playing my favorite song, but then they have a weird vibe. Then no, I'm not gonna hang out
Can't
with
listen to that music.
them. Right, like it's not your personality. Okay,
Yeah.
what you have for me?
I got hopping on a flight right after scuba diving.
And that's a very flat tendon thing.
I do pick that one.
That's exactly what I was about to explain why. Because let's say if it's a card that they die inside their apartment, I'm stuck with the fuck noise for the rest of the day and the rest of the night and the evening, the morning, and everything else.
Oh, yeah,
This
that's
one,
true.
this person's already outside of the apartment. I don't have to deal with this music.
But what if you like the song?
That's my.
But what if you like the song or the artist, and then you won't mind that?
Well, I mean, I hope I did Shazam or something.
just get on their Wi-Fi or their Bluetooth and change the channel.
Ooh, geez.
Yeah,
For mine, I like to imagine.
what about you?
I like to imagine.
She
Like,
was just explaining it.
I like to imagine like
It's
a
a little
small.
delayed.
I
Sorry.
know it's okay.
Oh, I was trying to be sarcastic, but like, oh, I'm sorry. I was.
I'm sorry.
I like to imagine that next door to that neighbor is also a small child who's trying to take a nap. So they're disemboweled by a small child with a sword.
Oh,
Like kids, like it's nap time, motherfucker.
yeah, because kids love nap time. Like, did you love your nap time?
I didn't, but if I were
I
to
love
be a
nap times.
5-year-old again,
I
I'd be
mean,
like,
now I love my naps.
I know, but as a kid, you don't.
No, especially like when somebody tells you like do something.
You just told
And,
them
like,
to not love
yeah.
nap times.
I know.
Wait, you used to love nap times when you were a kid?
Not me. No.
Yeah, not.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I loved it because when I was a kid, I was extremely active. I was always outside. You can never catch me inside. Like, oh, you gotta go take time out. Fine. I just like
You just
pass
came
out.
in? No, I
That was
cried.
I hate that time of the day because like it's usually when I was like trying to catch insects. I mean, I grew up in the Philippines, so like we have like tons of like different kinds of dragonflies and just all kinds of insects, and then they all come out in the afternoon, and that's when my grandma and my aunt would tell me like, oh, it's nap time. Like I'm about to trap them, but then like no, you're gonna come in the house and you're gonna nap for like, they have a requirement of like an hour at least, and like so then what you do is you just lie in bed and stare at the ceiling for like an hour because you don't really nap anyway.
Yep.
So yeah, I hated those
You were better than I was. I was an
mandatory
emotional
nap
kid,
times.
so I just lay there and cry until I went to sleep because they're like,
Oh,
you know, she needs sleep.
Just emotionally exhausted.
That was bad for me too. My grandma told me that she was scared that the cops would be called because she would try to put me in bed and I would like scream until like my face was red. I don't know why I was terrified of sleep as a child.
I mean, when you're a kid, like I feel like it's the loss of freedom. Like that's when you really realize as a kid that you don't have control over your decisions. Like if you want to play, but then adults would say like no, like you know how adults would say no for like no reason.
Yeah.
Sometimes like, yo, you can't eat that. Like why?
Well, it's
Because
dark
I
in
said
my
so.
eyelids. There's no nightlight when I close my eyes.
Because I said so.
Yeah, it's always because I said so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so brings out memories when it comes to nap time. Wait, I already forgot your deaths, guys.
Mine was disemboweled by a small child who actually enjoys nap time.
And then I couldn't see Kiwi's.
Kiwi's was the
Hopping
going
on a flight right after scuba diving.
Oh, no, I'll go with the child because we brought out childhood memories, so that's like cookie points.
cookie point, brownie point.